Okay, what's the word, man? It's Virtue O.s.O, man, checking in on behalf of No Entry Ave. We with Underground Magazine 2024, issue 11. Let's get to it. Born and raised, man. I was born in Van Nuys, California, raised in the 818 Valley. My family moved around from like Van Nuys, North Hollywood, Valley Glen, like Sherman Oaks, the whole like south, middle region of the valley, but the whole 818 I'm representing, 100%. I do because they kind of look at the A1A like we don't have our own struggles, and it's always carried a narrative of just being the suburbs and all that. And like there are suburbs, absolutely, just the same way if you go to the hood, there are suburbs. But the A1A definitely got its challenges and obstacles along the way. Poverty's still a thing, Section 8's still a thing, projects still a thing, So yeah, I say we got a chip on our shoulder because of that old narrative. The Valley was once a place we wanted to move to. I wouldn't say that's the case now. We just the same as, any other city right now. But I do think the Valley got to work harder. So that chip on your shoulder is real, but you just got to work harder. Everybody got to get to it. I think originalities was missing in the Valley. Like, you got a lot of people making music, but if you have to say, like, if someone confuses you for sounding like another artist, like we got a lot of Kalen clones or whatever the case is, or just, people that want to sound a certain way, I'd say that's what's going to hold you back. Because, like, it's cool and all, but those comparisons are going to just tear you down. In my opinion, I think originality is really what's missing. Like, you just got to lock in, develop your own sound, get with producers, like, really ground up, scratch shit. That's my belief about it. I say it started with my uncle. I never really grew up with my pops. Like, my uncle was the closest I had to a father figure. And he was big on, like, NWA, Pac, Ice Cube, Biggie, Big L, Big Pun, put me on to all that shit early. I always loved just listening to real hip hop, bro, like bars, like the beat knocking, heavy drums, like all that. Since a kid, I was able to for sure just, get the bop of the song and just, I used to read fucking Dr. Seuss a lot. I loved rhyming shit, so I think the rhyme started like back then. As I got older, my big cousin too, he had one of them fat old, the iPod classics. You remember those? Yeah, loaded, bro. A bunch of hip hop. He had Ye on there. He put me on the Eminem 50. A lot of my inspirations now, I gotta give a big thanks to my cousin too, cause he just give me his iPod and say, go listen to this, and I just be locked in my room, just hearing all this from an early age. As I got older, middle school, that's where I met No Cap. That's where I met Musty. That's where I met my boy 12-9. He's our photographer and creative director for the team. And he had a relative that was working with Dawg Entertainment for a long period of time. So I was blessed enough to say that he would take me around the events. I went to the Yeezus tour. Kendrick had opened up for Kanye. I was 14 at the time. He had us right in the front, and just seeing Kendrick come out and all that, as an opener, it was such a high energy moment that I forever took with me. Going backstage, chopping it up with Kendrick and all that was like a crazy moment for me too. And I say just all these influences I had just fueled me to it. I've been writing since 12, recording since 16. Here we are today. Man, bro, first of all, I'm gonna start with just like the overall music. I think in the beginning when you're first starting, it's like, okay, does my shit rhyme? Does my shit flow? Is my bar count good? How am I doing in the pockets? It's kind of like training wheels, but then once you got that, and it's like, okay, I could rhyme, I'm in the pockets, now it's about delivery. Like, I care about every word that's in my shit, how it's delivered. I'll go back and vocal comp like different takes or whatever, and really just get in there, you feel me, just do the dirty work. So I feel like I really learned how to perfect the recording process, which took a lot of time. I'm grateful that I sat in a bunch of sessions too, man, like Baby Stone Gorillas and my dogs. I sat in Phoenix Flexing sessions, man. R3 the Chili, man. And just seeing a lot of these influences of a lot of the rappers that's just like leading the West Coast today, that was a big influence. So I take like the old school influences, family influences, and then the new school influences, bro, and just it's perfected my process, I'ma just keep it a beat. I gotta say that shit came from parking lot pimping, bro. Like, me and the homies would just like fuck around, bro. Like, we just link up late at night, man, on bullshit, smoke, chip in for a gram because we was broke and try to roll a blunt with it, you know what I mean? And eighth when we were lucky. And just all them nights just smoking in a burnt out parking lot in North Hollywood just let up. Like, cause we was already recording and shit. We were doing our own thing, but we were like trying to come up with a collective name, and we liked this sound of No Entry, but it wasn't done yet. And then like the avenue just came about. We all happened to stay on like an avenue street. So, you know, we kind of just threw that in there too. And then No Entry Ave just came about on one of them nights that somebody, I don't know if it was me or Musty, man, we'd be having this debate all the time on who coined the name. Let's just say we both did it. I'm gonna say he did, you know, the No Entry, I did the Ave or something. But just one night we said it like No Entry Ave, everybody's looking at each other like, No Entry Ave, yeah. That sounds like it's it. And ever since we ran with it, man, I tapped in with Jorge Peniche, you know, from Nipsey Hussle on Money In. He did their logo, I got him to do our shit. Just because, again, I was like investing into the quality of what I wanted No Entry Ave to be. So I had to go with Jorge and just add on to that LA legacy, you feel me? But yeah, I say that's like where No Entry came about. I focus more on No Cap, I say, because like Nate be kind of like on Lil B's side. We all really split. Really, bro, it's kind of like me and Nate, I say, that really do the managing in a sense. Cause we like try to hold everybody accountable. Like you gotta be on the studio this day, this time, get this done. This our deadline we trying to reach. So we kind of split it in half. You know what I mean? Like I take care of my shit. I take care of No Cap shit. I take care of my boy Satan shit. And then Nate takes care of his shit, Lil B and Musty. So that's how we kind of split it down right the middle, you know, with the mixing, recording, all that, handling the uploads and distro stuff. Yeah, bro, just we be wearing a bunch of hats, bro. Well, you got to, in this day and age to make it, I really feel like you got to, bro. Because you could wait around, have your hands out all day, bro. Nothing's going to fall from the sky, bro. Don't work like that. As a manager, bro, I think I could improve, and that's just me being honest. I think I got to work on my, like, time efficiency and shit, you know? We be working a lot, though. Like, I can't downplay that. I just think we work too much that we don't take the time to sit back, go back to the work that we do, and just like, okay, like, let's really narrow this down. Let's get the whole rollout going. So I just say rollouts is kind of what, you know, we just got to focus on, because we just lock in, bro. We just make records. We stack them bitches. But now it's just a matter of, you know, putting it out. So efficiency is what I'm like trying to improve on every day. I think that trust is just, especially in the music industry, man, just trust is a bitch, man. Like you can't just trust anybody. You got friendlies coming around you left and right that are interested in, you know, something that you got. Otherwise, they're not going to come around. We've seen an artist, you know, go through fucked up situations and stuff like that. So I'd say the reason why he trusts me is, number one, most importantly, I mean, that's like my brother. So we're going back to 11, 12 years old, bro. We were kids. At the end of the day, I've always told him I seen him like a superstar, more than me, you know, more than like, I always see him as like the voice of the valley, and I always remind him that, just stick to that, live up to that, and you can really make it in that mainstream field. I can't. I got my own lane, and I'm more than okay with that. I want to take over that lane, but you can really go mainstream. So, you know, I try to just put that in his head and make sure he understands that part of it. But I just say that, bro, we just, you know, keep it all the way of being over here 1,000. Just keep honesty, truth at all times, bro. You know, that's the most important part. We got a closed circle, tight agenda. We don't like to speak too much, bro. Just do it, put it out, you know. He provides like an emotional response, I feel like, when you listen to it. He could be turning up on a record, talking shit. It's going to make you want to go do 100 down, you know, whatever street you want, just throwing signs out the window or whatever. But then he can really tap into like a vulnerable, you know, like just an open, emotional side where he might be talking about his kids or like some traumas in the past that's something that will usually just bottle in. And he could really make you feel like you live in that. And if you went through that, you're going to resonate even more. So I say it's just hard for a lot of people doing music to create an emotional response. And he's able to do that in his music. Okay, this summer, bro, I got one more project coming. I'm getting together a little EP. I just dropped that 6s and 7s EP. That's all platforms. You can check that out. This is kind of going to be a continuation of like that West Coast bouncy, but still like some boom bap influence to it. But we getting right for the summer. We got summer records on there. We got features coming too. Shout out my boy Jakarta Slim and Lil B Cash. We got a summer anthem coming. I think I got Rucci on there. Possibly a Yellow Hill feature coming soon. And that's just all the vibey shit for the summer. We already working on the winter shit too. I'm gonna announce the title soon of that project, but we just kind of narrowing that down, and that's gonna be a whole different sound. I just kind of refuse to get boxed into a category, bro. So we just always working. That's definitely gonna be like a spooky, again, more personal, you know, vibe with that one for sure. I left one out too, man. Shout out my boy YMSJ. He a star in the making. That's Baby O3 right there. But we got a little EP coming too, bro. Man, bro, I'm telling you that one's gonna fuck the streets up in the summer, bro. I'm definitely excited for that little EP to come out. But that's just it, bro. Everybody kind of got their EP right now, testing the water with certain sounds. We just gonna see, you know, what the fans like and all that. You know, just note it and keep on moving from there. I think, especially in LA, when you hear groups and when you hear about collectives, bro, like they like damn near clones of each other. It's just like their sound is very similar, and I respect it, but it's like we were heavily influenced by like Dawg Entertainment, so just how Kendrick was like, you know, this lyrical miracle all over the track. ScHoolBoy played it gangster, but just enough for the boom bap influence too, like a West Coaster, East Coaster vibe almost, you know what I mean? Solo was a lyrical wordsmith. J-Rock held it down from his set, you know, SZA, the queen. Just, I think we were heavily influenced by everybody having their own like individuality. So that's really what we try to go for. Like nobody sounded like in the app. We're all so different, but that's what brings us together, you know? And that's what separates us from all these other collectives or groups that might be out there right now, bro. Nobody sound the same over here. Man, bro, see, it gets tough right there because like a problem I feel like I ran into recently, it's a good problem, but it's still a problem, you know? I've attracted West Coast fans that want me for my West Coast shit, but then I've attracted like lyrical hip hop fans that want me for my boom bap conscious shit. And then when I drop one or the other, it's like one side fucking with it and then one might not be all the way on it, you know what I mean? So I'm working with Nate, like for sure, developing a sound right now, cause I love both, bro. I could get down on that West Coast shit for days, and then I love really just out rapping niggas, bro. So I like just, you know, meshing both of them, so we kind of like creating like a West Coast boom bap, I would call it. I love drums, bro. I love shit knocking, but I love the smoothness that the West Coast bring that you just can't get from any other place sound-wise, you know? Man, bro, we gonna have to do 1,000 push-ups if this don't get completed, man. But we need the No Entry album out. Everybody should have an album out by the end of the year. What else we got? We trying to definitely do our first No Entry show this summer. Have the homies, you know, from other cities pop out and really turn that bitch up in the Valley. We're just trying to make more noise in the Valley, you know, because we be, you know, going to LA events and all that too. The Valley's not too active with events, I feel like, so we really trying to start that wave, bring everybody outside from the Valley, you know? Man, this is O.S.O, man. I'm checking out with Underground. You can find me at Instagram at Virtue O.s.O. That's VIRTUEOSO. And I need y'all to follow my label. That's at No Entry Ave. We got dope shit coming. You will not find us anywhere else, and that's a promise. Appreciate y'all. Shout out Underground.